Hi everybody, welcome to this tutorial on Shockwave. Today what I would like to show you is how you can quickly create a patch using the powerful features of Shockwave. So let's click on the browse button, select template and then choose number 8 in it. Let's click again on the browse button to exit that window and let's sample what we have chosen. Okay, great. Now I'm going to enable the node generator button. Clicking here on the enable and also the transpose. I'm going to transpose it up as well. Okay, so I kicked off the sequencer and that is driven by the fact that here on the node source we have sequencer number 1. I'm not going to select anything on the shift source and I'm going to leave the trigger source to the internal clock. Now let's go to the second page of the settings. Here I'm going to leave the trigger source for the divide module to key, but I'm going to change that. It will take 4 trigger sources to trigger a division. I'm going to use the probability for the creation of this patch, which gives you a little bit on characteristic or unpredictability in your sound. So let's click and change that to roughly that 0.2, 0.3, something around that. I want to ensure that the logic is set to key, but also to division, so that this is also triggered by any key press but also division. We'll leave the settings here for the division and last step for the sequencer 1 as they are by default. We'll leave the setting to have 2 sequencer 1 and 2, so each of 8 steps. Then probably going to change the route to AD. And I'm going to create a simple pattern. So let's change step number 6 to an A. So I think that will do. So let's go back to the first page and let's click on enable to hear what it sounds like. Okay, now let's act on the first oscillator. So I'm going to adjust a bit up the brightness. I want you to see this window which keeps coming up if I do a long press. Then what I'm going to do is to adjust the fall down, something like that, perhaps a little bit more, and let's hear what it sounds like. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this LFO, and I leave the settings as they are at the moment for this rate and this shape, and I'm going to click and hold on fall. And I set that the fall will be modulated by the LFO 1 by 40%, something like that. And then what I'm going also to do, I'm going to modulate the brightness of the first oscillator, click and hold. And I'm going to choose the envelope number 1, which is affecting from a fall perspective by this LFO. Let's click on the enable to see what it sounds like. Okay, next what I want to do is to increase the level of the second oscillator to roughly the same as the first oscillator, like so. I'm going to add a little bit of detuning. Then I'm going to look at the second oscillator and adjust a little bit of brightness, something like that. Change the wave shape to square to give it a different character, and also the range to 1. So it become a little bit crisper as sound. I'm going to adjust the envelope to the fall, again similar to what I've done on the first envelope 1 for the first oscillator, but this time I'm going to have a trigger source which will be, instead of key, will be the probability as we set here in the second screen setting here. So then what we're going to do is we are going to get the brightness driven, click and hold by the second envelope, and we're going to also drive the oscillator to range by the second LFO, and for this purpose I'm going to change the shape as well because I want to give it a different characteristics. So let's see what this sounds like. Let's hear it. Okay, there's something missing, so let's look at the reverb here. Let's increase the decay, and then let's increase slightly the sound, and also let's get that modulated by the Senko envelope, something like that. I'm going also to increase the delay feedback and also the delay send. Again, let's try. If you want to see all the modulation, how they've been set, you click here on the mod button, and you can see what we set, and you can make further adjustment, of course, something like that. Less modulation brightness number 1, for example, a little bit less on 4 number 1, a little bit more on the reverb send, and so on and so forth. When you finish, you click on mod again for modulation. Let's click play and see what it sounds like. Let's hear it. As you can see, it's very straightforward to create a patch from scratch, a patch that has a unique sound. Shockwave is quite powerful when it comes to settings like your reverb, your probability, and the way you can modulate more or less everything that you have in this synth. So I hope you enjoyed how to create these quick patch, and please continue using Shockwave. Have a go. It's quite unique and quite good fun. Thank you. Bye.